Hey dudes, welcome back to Films Presents RC. And what have we got here? We've got our new body. So I got rid of one Hummer ATK from Ultra Corps. That went to an English fella. I believe he's enjoying it at the moment. So I went and picked up another one. Now these are really hard to find actually. So I did overpay a little bit for this one. So I was going to go a different route with the body, but seeing as this popped up, and I did kind of like the way it looked, I thought I would have a go at another one. But this time, this one came with absolutely nothing on it. What you see here is as it came. So tops of the seats missing. There's a bunch of other stuff missing. The bikini top's missing. The windows missing at the front. Which is going to be the biggest challenge on this. It does still have its front bumper, however the winch is missing its rope and stuff like that. Underneath, thankfully, is intact. I mean, these are real solid bodies. These plans for this one. So plans for this one in the long run are, I'm going to put what should I say in the long run, in this video, if you keep watching, by the end of this video, I've shown you the full modified body back on the crawler itself. I'm going to be making my own roll hoop for here, which is going to be a solid alu bar. This window is hopefully going to be made out of some plexiglass or Lexan with some very thin small gauge U-channel. So stay tuned for that one, because I'm not so sure how that's going to turn out at the moment. Now, as you'll know if you saw the last one, the arches did stick out a little on the other one over the wheels. So sorry, I do forget your name. Kind fella sent me some arches off from Southern Scale Trail Group. So those arches will be going on the side here in some sort of a fashion. I don't know where they were two gone now actually, but they're there anyway somewhere. So here they are. When I put these on, I'm not so sure whether I will keep them on, but you know, at the moment I'm going to be looking at putting the, I mean, the arches are sort of perfectly shaped like these, as you can see. But whether it looks right with them on, of course it won't at the moment, because the track width of this is to the body, whereas the track width is usually up to about here, yeah, with the wheels. So they'll be going on as well at some point, so that'll be fun, because I realised I've got to take some of these off with the Dremel round here before I even think about fitting the arches, so that's going to be a chuckle in itself. Back to the seats, I do actually have from the original ATK build. What I did was I took this seat out here, and this is where the ESC and the smoke generator units sat and stuff like that. So not so sure whether I'll be going for an updated smoke generator unit, because that other one was a little bit lacking, the killer body unit, and I don't think it liked getting wet either. So possibly go for a Henglong tank unit this time, and I will have the back of the seat here, thankfully. May even get these upholstered, and I do have, once again, plans to keep this the colour that it is, because the fabric for the roof, the bikini top, will tie in very nicely with it. So yeah, keep watching, and I'll get cracking on this. First job will be to separate the under tray and axles from everything else. Cheers guys. Right dudes, so as you can see, we've now got the body on after a lot of trimming. At the moment it's just pinned with 2 zip ties until I get my sort of you know, whether it's sitting too far either way and stuff like that. Obviously being a custom sort of designed body, you know, custom to fit this, there's a lot of trimming involved, to be honest with you. So obviously this isn't final fit. I assume this will probably be dragged back a little. And as you can see, what I managed to do this time, if I just sort of just throw it over, I've managed to keep the, last time I did one of these, I didn't manage to keep this piece in, I just negated this piece altogether. Now this time I've managed to keep a lot more of the floor pan and front bulkhead Obviously, like I said, you can see it's loose on there at the moment. But yeah, it's going okay so far. What I'll have to do now is make sure. See, what does look great when you keep the pan on the side, on the underneath, is that obviously when you go for a view and you go for a slow crawl by and you're doing your camera work, it just does look a lot better. If you look at the front here, the servo's tucked under there. So if I can just show you a bit better. He's tucked under there. That will come down a little bit as well. I don't know whether you knew, I was running a full droop setup anyway, pretty much. So there is a lot of movement there, which is great, but I still get to keep my large ground clearance as well. So the only danger with this is you've got to be careful that your centre of gravity doesn't go too high. I can see I'm going to have to lower this body a little. Next up will be to fab up a window. You can see I've cut some slots in there and there, just 2 little slots. Now this would have been a hinged window. I don't know whether you saw my other build with a green body, but obviously these are so rare that I just picked this up as it was. As you saw before, there was no window for it, and no roll hoop, no bikini top. So window frame will be next. Then roll hoop, which I've already drilled out the holes for here. The roll hoop will be out of hollow alloy tube, aluminium tube. On the front, I'm going to do out of some plastic L stuff. So because it's just so much easier to bend than aluminium. Because it's in an L shape, what you get on that aluminium is you're going to need to cut and shut and all that. And I'm not brazing up a bloody window. So for now, this is the progress. Keep watching because we'll carry on till the end and then you'll get to see the finished product. Cheers guys. Right dudes, so we've got the body finally pinned down now to where it will, to its final resting place, if you will. We've also got the alu roll hoop in there, and we are just in the process of making up our window, and we are making it up out of this stuff here, which is basically a plastic L. The reason I've used this is it's far more easier to bend into shape. Use a cigarette lighter or something like that to mould, and then some flat nose, flat edge pliers to shape afterwards. So I'm just going to make up the hoop for the window now, and I'll be right back in a second. Right, so this is what we're going to use for the window glass itself. Here is the L bent into shape. You'll notice there's a lip on the back here. So when that sits in, it will sit in these. It would do if I didn't drop it. It will sit in these. Actually, old when I make those noises when I bend down. It'll sit in these little grooves that I've put in here, like this. There will be a middle piece going down here like the original, and then the glass will sit in behind. Okay, stay tuned for that one, guys. Okay, so here's the window, all done. There was a few mistakes in here, with a tiny bit of, I don't know if I can even focus on it. There's a tiny bit of glue overspill about here, which is like a little string. There you go, you can see it there. And also, there's been a little bit of glue overspill on there, but you know, in general, it's not too bad for a scratch built window in 5 minutes. So yeah, there'll be some little hooks placed along the top of here, 1, 2, 3, 4, for the bikini top to sit on here. So just going to go ahead and fab up the bikini top now. So dudes, here it is, finished article. Well, I say finished, obviously I've still got some extra bits to add on here. I've tried to keep the roof as low as possible to give it a bit of a better look. I've reset the droop, however I'm running without a battery here obviously, so we're a little bit sort of lopsided because the batteries counteracts the weight from the action figurine seat in this side. You can see he's sat in there enjoying himself already. I've just gone round with a Sharpie and done some minor detailing on the sides here. I will have to go around with a silver paint pen and get the other little bits of the hinges top and bottom here. As you can see, I think the arches turned out okay as well. Roll hoop and everything. Window, not looking too bad now, I guess. So yeah, I'm going to take this out and give this a little test run, see how it goes on the trails. But yeah, for now, finished. Looks pretty decent to me. Thanks for watching, guys. And stay tuned for part 2, where we go obviously out and give it a little test and have a bit of fun outside. Cheers, dudes.